I think of this particular topic, I always think of the wonderful late comedian Joan Rivers, a good friend of mine who made me laugh on so many different occasions. But she pointed out one thing about how modern society is right now, and it's so true when you think, and I'll mention it to you and you'll go, you know what, Neil, you're absolutely right. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for taking the time out to join me. Lovely to have your company. We'll have a wave. You all right? Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, well, make an effort. I know it is. Yeah, I know we'll do a bit more. You're all right. Lovely to see you anyway. No, it's interesting, isn't it, when you look back or you walk past things and they remind you of someone, because you do come away thinking, oh yeah, she said that, it kind of made me laugh. Now, Joan, was always fascinated by the psyche of people. She loved people watching and seeing exactly what they did, how they did it, all that sort of stuff. And one of the things she told me that used to really irritate her was the fact that people seemingly couldn't walk 2 blocks without sipping on water. And she said she was once out shopping and a woman had been to the gym and she said, oh, you look a bit prunish, a bit dry. Would you like a sip of the water? And Joan thought, well, not really, not after you've slurped all around that bottle. And it got me thinking, you see, because when you think about it now, we have so many things to thank the Victorians for. The Victorian society really were forward thinking. Everything from winter gardens through to indoor entertainments. They really understood the British weather and understood, of course, that it was never going to be sunny for long. You know what it's like. So they created something that really today is seen as a brand new idea. Over here, you see now in the United Kingdom and particularly in London, you see a lot of these new popped up water stations where you can refill your plastic bottle to save, of course, on your bottle or your cup or whatever flask you're taking around. But when you think about it, the Victorians already did this way back in the 1800s. This particular one here in Hyde Park has been here since the 1800s and amazingly is still working to this day. The idea really came from, the idea came from the brand new waterways that people decided to, the sewers and all of the pipes and all that sort of stuff that we take for granted today. And there was a distinct lack of fresh water for the underprivileged to access. It was as simple as that. All right, if you were middle class or upper class, but if you weren't, well, what did you do? So Queen Victoria herself was very keen to push forward with this particular idea, making sure that water fountains were up and down London, wherever people wanted to stop off and get some refreshment, all for free, which is incredible when you think. So when you think about it today and you go in a cafe and they've got a big sign saying, fill your water bottle up, save the planet. Well, it's all been done and normally better by other people. And when you think about it today, this particular fountain has stood here literally over 100 years, still in service. And yet we have people here in London, the ones I mean, basically waving a flag as if they've come up with a brand new idea, when all along somebody else thought of it first. And sometimes some might suggest even better. How beautiful is this water fountain? And more importantly, think of the people that have stood around it in blistering hot sunny days or even coming out for a brisk stroll in the depths of winter. Either way, it's history in the making. Neil Shawn in the very heart of London.